On today's walk, we're going to be going from the state capitol down historic 7th Street to Interstate 30. I see you brought your mask. Come on, tag along. Welcome everyone, Gabe the Izzard here. I'm standing in front of the Arkansas-Vietnam Memorial on the Capitol grounds of Arkansas in Little Rock, Arkansas. This is a memorial set up for the men and women who died in the Vietnam War that are from Arkansas. I don't know anyone personally that died, but these are the names right here on the Capitol grounds. Today we're going to be doing a walk from the state capitol down 7th Street. Exactly. So why don't you grab that mask that you had laying there. I see that it was thoroughly used, and tag along with me. Here we go. Seventh Street is historic. More towards you get downtown, you'll see the historic significance. Around here, it is more offices, and all the older buildings have been torn down. These are all more modern, probably from the 50s to present. I referred to the American Legion that was once located on a corner of Rock and Capitol, and I didn't know where it was. I think this is actually American Legion number 1, or used to be. I didn't know where it was located, and this is where it relocated, on the corner of Victory and 7th Street, just a few blocks from the Arkansas Capitol. We are on the back side of the Victory building. It's actually the parking deck for it. The building, Victory building, is on Capitol and Victory. I brought a couple bottles of water with me. I'm going to hit this up real quick. I brought 2 bottles and only have one left because there's a gentleman that needed one, so I gave him one. Didn't have anything else to give him, so I think Jesus said, if a man thirsts, give him drink. How can I deny that? How could you deny anyone water? It's actually a state law in Arizona that if somebody asks you for water, you have to give it to them. I heard that. I don't know if it's true. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Look at the size of these sidewalks. These are some wide sidewalks. These are wider than you would normally see. Because back in the day, there were actually businesses in these parking lots, and there was actually storefronts all up and down here. This was Little Rock, and 2 blocks from here to the south is 9th Street. Now, it's historic 9th Street. I say everything's historic, but it actually is historic. I don't just say it for the value of saying historic. It actually is historic. But since There's just not a whole lot. There's like a lot of buildings are for sale. Everybody goes and gets the newer and fancier for progress. But some of these buildings are great. But not all of them can be used. They sure can. There's a cool advertisement on the side of that brick building. This is Goodwill. It's like one of the, not the headquarters, but like an office, regional office of them. I can tell you one thing. It's getting warmer, and especially here in the shade. Here's the box, burgers and fries. They sell hamburgers. This is the Central Fire Station. You need to get a permit to burn. This is the location you go to. If you want, you can burn in your yard as long as it's not windy like right now. You might have a problem hearing me over the wind. This is Twisted Entertainment. They sell all kinds of oddities from from adult nature to the just far out. And this is the Weekend Theater. It is a local theater putting on pretty good productions. My dad has done a handful of plays there. He is part of the Actors Guild. And then one of my favorite places ever, Vino's Pizza and Pub. If you ever get a hankering, go in there and get a calzone or some Lazy Boy Stout. They also do rock shows, punk shows. Sometimes they screen movies in there. It's a favorite place of mine and my family's. And parking is right here across the street. Satellite is for KTHV Channel 11, local news channel here in Little Rock. Hey, hey, that's what I'm talking about. It's me. Love this brick building. The detail and the arches on the windows. You can tell that it's two different style of bricks, so it's had some work done to it. And then this teal building here is 7th Street Tattoo. They used to be down the street by Twisted Entertainment. They relocated here. There's actually a hair cutting salon in here and a tattoo parlor. They sponsored some of the shows of the band that I used to manage at War's End. If you ever want to listen to some jams. I'll tell you what, if you want a free download of an At War's End CD, give me a comment in the comments, say I want one, and I'll give you a code to download a free 5-song EP produced by Evanescence drummer, Living Sacrifice guitar player, Rocky Gray. Here's a office furniture place. And I tell you what, oh, I think I could almost feel that is dangerous. I'm not going to stick my fingers in there and fix it. There's usually not a lot of traffic on here anyway. But that is danger. There's that guy walking up there. What is that? Is that Brian? No. It's not Brian. Rent out an office in there for $149 a month. There's so much property available. Prices have got to be ridiculously cheap. First Baptist Church, First Missionary Baptist Church. That's such a beautiful building. You know, so many thousands of bricks in there. Stained glass windows all the way around. I gotta say, it's pretty nice. Across the street. A little more shade over here. And it's got those old school neon sign. Little house. Kind of attached. Not really. You see, here's the skyscrapers of Little Rock, the Regions, and the Simmons with La Quinta Hotel. It is one blustery day. So if you can't hear me or the wind is just rattling your ears, I'm so sorry. It's weird, I think I'm in a vacuum right now because it went from blowing to still as could be. It's a fairly modern building. This shade feels good. Oh, Jimmy John's. They give you free smells. You can go in there and sniff all you like. But if you're wearing a mask, you might not be able to smell. Well, actually, you probably will because those masks don't work anyway. That's neither here nor there. And we are on Broadway. Corner of 7th and Broadway. Right across is the closed McDonald's, two-story McDonald's, which relocated just one block north, right over there. And it did not take long for this place to grow up and get trashy. One thing that sucked about this McDonald's is their speaker was right here, and you would pull in right here, and if you came in here, you were locked. You could not leave, and you get locked in all the way down there. So if their service was bad, which sometimes it was, you would be locked in there with no place to go, and they force you. I drove over the curb one time. I couldn't handle it anymore, and you know, that's just me. But yeah, that was one of those things that I couldn't stand. Lock you in where you can't go anywhere. Look at the little bobbleheads, little penguins, flamingos smooching. The Pope. Look at this. I've never seen these before. Little devil. Look at a little turtle. I've seen those little solar things before, but I've never seen so many of them in one place. And here is another theater. It's a studio theater. These actually have a kind of interactive one. They do like a high school reunion one based out of the 80s. And you dress up in the 80s. My wife and I went one time, and we did not know what we were doing. And we got in there, and we were the only ones that weren't dressed up and didn't know what was going on. And I already paid for the tickets online. So it was like, we walked in, got our name tags, looked at each other, and said, let's get out of here. Let's make like a tree and get out of here. United Methodist Church here on the corner of Center and 7th, reaching up to 8th Street. And down here is the community theater right here. And it also has just local artists that perform. And then I showed you earlier, this is a give a hoot, don't pollute, because the water that goes into there actually goes to the Arkansas River. And if you look at another video, walking video I did in the river market, you can see where it actually comes out to the river and the trapping mechanism that they use to gather waste. And by the way, Cantina Cinco de Mayo is one block there, and that is some good Mexican eating. And right here on the corner of Louisiana and 7th is the Cathedral of St. Andrew. It is one of the oldest churches in Little Rock. It is closed to the public right now, but it has some ornate stone. That green, as is actually back in the day, or it still is, it's copper. It just has gotten patina, kind of like the Statue of Liberty. maybe one day when things open back up, we can go to do a visit of churches around the area. My old step meter is only at 5,000. Look at that little caged area in the dome. The alleys you can see all the way to the State House Convention Center. That's cool. I always remember seeing movies growing up where people were running from the law down alleys and stuff like that. So every time I see an alley, that's what I think of. Seventh and Main. Give a hoot, don't pollute. This is the Donahue building, which it is closed right now. It's one of those asbestos-ridden buildings. Nothing is going on right now. You can see in there nothing. It used to be prominent store, fashion and fragrance, the dip, bag it up, boutique, discount tobacco. All these places closed down. Not due to lack of business, because I guarantee you, if there was a tobacco store, these folks right over here at the Albert Pike Hotel would be buying those suckers up. Or waiting for somebody to come out. So we're walking alongside the Masonic Temple. Right across the street is the Albert Pike Hotel. This is the Masonic Temple. Where all the secret societies do their bidding. On this stood the home of Robert Crittenden, lieutenant in the War of 1812, first Territorial Secretary of State and acting governor of Arkansas between 1819 and 1829. Marked by General George Izard, Chapter United States Daughter, 1812 in 1936. So actually, George Izard was the second territorial governor, which would have meant Crittenden was first. So this would have been on probably the outskirts of town. And Robert Crittenden is buried in the Mount Holly Cemetery. This is the Albert Pike Garage. I think it's cool. These you can see in. Vehicles parked in there. Sidewalk level. It's like actually below eye level windows. It's pretty cool. Okay, so just like that, we kind of merge from the business type center into a more residential area. There's Cumberland Towers, which is low income housing. into regular apartments, and some of these are single family, but a lot of these are built or divided into apartments. I just love a good wrought iron fence with these little spires on here. Ouch. That didn't really hurt. You have to watch out for these uneven sidewalks. This old brick drive leading up into the church. Yeah, there's lots of apartments down here. Houses that are apartments, so there might be 2 or 3 in one house. They're single family residence. Church. And this wonderful brick sidewalk. And taking up this block is the Arkansas Arts Center Terry House Community Gallery. And you can rent this out for pictures, weddings, receptions. Right across the street, the Beverly Apartments. Going to take a walk up here just to see. It's got the brick. Whoa, slippery brick. As you can see, lots of photo opportunities around here. Big magnolia tree. And then this house. This looks like a plantation style house. It's pretty cool. Right here on 7th and Rock. Take a little spin around here. See what we got. I've never been in this section. I've never been on this property before. It just kind of wraps around to the front. Nice little garden, nice shaded area. Feels great in here. You see, stairwell, pretty empty because you pretty much probably decorate it yourself or have it decorated the way you like. Do magnolias smell? Do they smell? I have no idea. Oh, that's wet. That is wet. Note to self. Never sniff magnolia. What's going on here? This tree has a lot of balls. You see that squirrel? Oh, goodness gracious me. I think I just sucked a 8-ball of pollen up my nose. Not that I know how much an 8-ball is, but it went up my nose. also a gate. Red brick apartment buildings. Ginormous trees. I wish I had a tissue. I'd blow my freaking nose. And it's a single family home. This house coming up on the right caught on fire. It's been a good bit ago. I'm trying to get it back into working order, but I can still smell the smoke. Oh, that's horrible. It did burn pretty good, straight up out of the roof. They got the windows open to keep it cool. I noticed a lot of the soffit was replaced. Lots of living options down here in downtown Little Rock. I don't know if I sound like a community advertisement for Little Rock, but like I say, this is my hometown. I've lived here the majority of my life. And yeah, it's not historic as maybe some of the places back east, but it does have its fair share of rich history, and it is a beautiful city. And here we're coming to the Kramer building. Ended up becoming a starving artist type location where artists could come here and do their thing. It's a cool little archway made out of broken bottles. You can see it looks like a tree trunk right here with leaves. It goes up and over. Pretty cool little mosaic. Quartz. Tromp through the grass here. The end of the line. This is the end of 7th Street. Pretty much. Interstate 30 is directly along that right there on the other side of this parking lot. This is the Holiday Inn Presidential. 7th Street might have a block or two on the other side, but nothing really to speak of. Good to see people are actually checking into the hotel, because some people just don't have where do you go? There's not really a vacation area. I mean, things are open, but not like wide open during this Corona. Believe it or not, I used to sing bass in the school choir, but my voice has seemed to raise. But in the morning, sometimes it's deep. There it is, the fire department. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. This is a natural gas station. They don't have regular. Well, I guess they might have regular gas stations, but they have natural gas. So, like our city buses run on natural gas. A few other city vehicles run on natural gas. That looks like a band or something. Garden Home Spa. They're open. You can see right over here, Holiday Inn Express is building a hotel across the freeway. Got the 3 like elevator shafts, fire escapes. And then if you look right here, it's the Presidential Library, Clinton School of Public Service, or the Spaghetti Warehouse, Heifer International. Those are all featured on a prior walk that I did in the riverfront area. Now as we round the corner, we are here at the Rotary Club of Little Rock. And that's where I'm ending this walk from the state capitol to Interstate 30. It's across downtown. Thanks for joining me on this walk. Subscribe if you like, thumbs up if you like, thumbs down if you care, and rock the bell. I'll see you next time. Thanks for tagging along.